And I had no idea that Ivana Trump had such a bad reputation for a lot of different reasons. And I won't go into that because this is not a spirit reading on her. But when I felt her energy, then what I felt was just a very pure soul. And someone can be really wrapped up in darkness when they are incarnated in the 3D, but they're still a child of God at their core. If they have a soul, then that soul is a drop of water from the ocean of God. And so all of us, no matter how awful we may be when we're incarnated, when we go to the other side, when we transition to the other side, then we are so much closer vibrationally to pure source energy. So what I feel from her is legitimately so pure and so loving, especially in contrast to a lot of the other things that I feel in his energy field. So she was talking about his relationship with money. And I really like what she said about the way that his relationship with money is actually healthy because he understands that money is unlimited. But what he does with it amplifies his evil because money is an amplifier. And so that's an important message for us to understand because, almost all of us have struggled with money in some way. It's one of the biggest things that people feel like is out of reach for them. If we can just understand what the nature of money is, then we can command so much more of it into our experience and we can have so much more of a better relationship with it. So I said in the first reading that in the Donald Trump spirit reading that she is trying to keep him alive. And I got the question in the comments, why is she trying to keep him alive? So he is fulfilling his life's purpose. If you look into any kind of astrological reading on him, then it shows in his birth chart that he is living out his purpose. He's doing exactly what someone could have guessed that he would have done if they read his chart when he was a child. And so, I mean, I don't think anybody could really guess that somebody could live a life the way that that his life could have turned out the way that it has turned out. But he is, like I said at the beginning of this video, he is shedding light on things that have been corrupt for so long. And if somebody like that is in office and he is surrounded by he's working within a system and he's surrounded by people that are allowing him to do truly awful things and make decisions that are so destructive. And we have to ask, how did this happen? How did this happen? How did we get here? And then, of course, what can we do to change it? One thing for sure that isn't going to change it is bitching about it all day on YouTube. Seriously. Like, it may make you feel better, but at some point we've got to take responsibility for, like I said, it's like we are emitting a vibration. We're emitting a vibration and we are sending out energy that is coming back to us. And you can't hold yourself at the vibration of guilt and shame pointed towards another person without eventually lowering your vibration to the level of guilt and shame, which is the lowest moving vibration. So we'll talk more about vibration in the future. So why is she trying to keep him alive? She's trying to keep him alive even though he's creating so much chaos, because experience is the most valuable thing for any soul. That's why the angels and guides are trying to keep us all alive as long as we possibly can be alive, because the experience of being in the 3D, it provides a contrast that allows us to see everything. So if we're just out in heaven floating in a sea of love, there's only so much growth that you can have. You can have bliss, you can have peace, but bliss and peace on their own don't bring growth and expansion of the soul. And as Donald Trump is technically growing and expanding, experiencing life, he is bringing contrast to so many others. And this is something that I've said in so many of my videos, something that I've said to so many of my clients. It can be a hard pill to swallow, but I truly believe that every single thing in your life that is unwanted is custom made for you. And the more you can believe that, the more you will see that it is true, especially with those things that happen in childhood, because we chose to incarnate into our lives from the perspective of our highest selves. And we chose the life that matched with the vibration of our previous life and would give us the best possible opportunity to learn. And so it's truly all good. It's truly all good. Like with my abuse, for example, it created a certain kind of life and a certain kind of personality all throughout my life. I experienced a lot of contrast, a lot of things that were unwanted. And it eventually got so bad that I had to surrender, that I had to go fully into my spiritual world. I had to fully go into whatever help may be there for me. And in that process, it was a long process, but I've become a person who has transmuted the energy of my trauma. And now I can help other people do the same thing. And so if I had never gone through that, then I can never be a person who can help others. And that's just one way that it can turn out when the energy is transmuted. Even if you're not doing it professionally, at a very minimum, you can get to where you can hold space who are going through or have gone through similar things that you've gone through. And if you know, like the way that when you have experienced something that brings you so much shame and so much sadness and so much stress, if you can talk to somebody and they know what you've been through, they really, really know, they've experienced it themselves, and they can just sit there and look at you and accept you and not flinch and not act weird and not be freaked out that you've gone through what you've gone through, like that is so validating. It's so validating. It's so helpful, it really, really is healing when someone can provide space for you like that. And so it's just one of the many ways that it plays out when you can see the unwanted things in your life as a gift and an opportunity, something that is custom made for your growth and your expansion. I hope that kind of helps to understand why it is that she's keeping him alive, that he's actually providing contrast that is an opportunity for people to grow. Another question that I saw a lot in the comments is, did he kill her? So I've heard that other psychics have said other things. I've talked to her, I've heard a certain thing, but I feel like something wants to come through, something specifically. So take it or leave it, okay? Take it or leave it. I'm telling you what's coming through. What she is saying is that he would not have done that to his children. He wouldn't have done that to his children. He didn't. This is kind of it's kind of a messed up thing to say, but she's saying he didn't love her enough to kill her. That's fucked up. He didn't love her enough to kill her. He wasn't emotionally wrapped up in her enough to kill her. He was over her. But she's saying that somebody else did. Do you have any idea if she was dating somebody at the time that she had the accident? When I did that Donald Trump reading before, I had no idea that she died by an accident. I just knew she had passed. I didn't know what happened. I didn't know that she fell down the stairs. So yeah, I feel like whoever it was that she was dating or had been dating, that he's the one who had her killed. And so I can see how if a psychic was to feel that energy, that it could be interpreted as Donald Trump being the one who did it. But that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing, that she was murdered. It was a hit. You know, she was like, somebody was paid to kill her, and that it was someone she had dated before. Someone who cared enough, you know? Ooh, that's creepy. Someone who's emotionally attached enough to her to do something crazy like that. So I'm feeling compelled to say this thing that I heard probably just on some true crime television show that I watched. I wouldn't have watched anything since I've been a mom, so this would have been over 20 years ago, but it's stuck in my head. I heard that when a woman kills a man, like when a woman hates a man and kills him or has him killed, she does it because she hates him. She does it because she wants him to go away. But when a man kills a woman who he has been romantically involved with, that he had some sort of relationship with, he does it to keep her. He does it to keep her and control her and make it to where nobody else can have her. So if that's true, that applies in this situation. Whoever it was that had her killed, it was like she was too much of a wild bird. She wouldn't do what he wanted her to do. And so he killed her so he could have the feeling of keeping her. That's just a little side story from how it was that Ivana came to pass.